All right, so today I thought I would describe the history of this Dell computer in the slot here. So a lot of people, since the channel's been getting more and more popular, have been asking about some of these machines here, and some of the jokes have been, I don't actually fix anything in these videos. What I do is I break them on purpose. I know exactly what I broke, and then I just fix it, and I bought all this crap on eBay to make it look like I have a laptop service center. Yeah, because that's exactly what I want to do. I want to pretend that I fix Dell XPS M1530s from probably this probably came out before I could legally drink. And this machine belongs to my uncle, and I want to explain why it is it's been sitting in the slot for this long. But before I go over that, I just want to go over some of the text messages that I've received from my uncle lately, just so you guys can get a bit of an idea of where I'm coming from when I say these things. A few text messages here, and it looks here like I have over 300 of them. Let's just scroll to some good ones. Computers, we need a computer. Desktop with a big screen to see better. If we get one, we need help putting it up. If I get one from you today, do you want to come over tomorrow and set it up? We need help putting it up and setting it up. My response, because I know this is one of those things where he's going to want it for like half the price that it is in the window, if even, and that I'm going to spend hours there teaching him how to plug it in and all of that on my spare time. You have to understand, this text message was sent on a weekend. On the weekend, I work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So at the end of my day, on a weekend, as somebody in my 20s, I might not want to spend 3 to 5 hours setting up somebody else's computer, when that's what I did for my entire day. So just to go over this over here, and also let's just make sure this is on. Here we go. My response, honestly, after 10 to 12 hours of computer stuff, that's the last thing I want to do on my spare time. When I leave the store, I stop caring about other people's computers. And I know what you're thinking. You're an asshole. You're a douchebag. How do you not care about your family? If you had a problem, wouldn't you want people in your family to help you? Well, here's the thing I notice with family and friends. Here's the thing that I notice very, very often with the people who are often saying that they're your family, saying that they're your friend. You know what happens with a lot of those people? What they do is they use the F word, and I think that the F word is a very offensive word. When people say that I curse too much, or that I say fuck when I drop something, or fuck when I trip, or fuck when the SMC gets burned, or fuck when the little 96.25 millimeter ball I'm putting there combines with another ball and I have to redo the whole thing, I don't think that's offensive. I think that's a standard thing to do when something pisses you off. What I find to be offensive, what I find to be degrading is when somebody uses the F word, which is friend or family, to try and guilt me into doing something for free, to guilt me into giving up my time, to guilt me into caring about them when they have never cared about me. And the thing that I find so often is true when people start using the F word, the real offensive F word, which is friend or family, is that it's always this type of shit. It's always like, can you help me with this? Can you take 5 hours out of your day to do this for me when I've never done shit for you? That computer over there is one of many that he's brought me that I have done nothing to because I understand exactly how it is. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to put 5 hours of time into it. You're going to buy me a beer. And you think we're even. But we're not even. No, we are not. That computer needs 2 BGA chipset replacements that are going to cost me $30 to $60. Then it requires 2 to 3 hours of time with that machine. And you just think that that's just like just snapping my fingers and making it happen. And here's the thing I want to get to when it comes to family and friends in the real world. Again, you have so many people that are going to say they're your family. You got so many people that are going to say that they're your friend. You got so many people that are going to come to you when they need you. You notice how that is? How many people come? How many more friends do you have when people in the world need you versus when you need them? How many more people are going to call you their friend when there's something that you can do for them? How many more people are going to say, hey, buddy, hey, pal, hey, friend, we're friends, right? When they need to pay first, last, and deposit on their new apartment, and they only have first and last, but no money for the deposit. It's funny how people start to get a lot more friendly. And the same is true when it comes to family. Like, yeah, that belongs to my uncle. He's not a mean-spirited person. He's not somebody that I think actively goes out of his way to be a bad guy in any way. But again, oh, can you stop what you're doing and come to my house for 5 hours, which is 30 miles away from my apartment and I don't own a car, to help me set up a computer that you're going to give me for close to free? Just, yeah, nephew. Or another one here. Need help building a website. You available? Call me. I'm at work, can't call yet. 5 minutes later, I get another message. Call me. No. And again, like, you may think, Lewis, you should be there when your family needs you. You should be there when your friends need you. Again, like, my mother had a nervous breakdown when I was 6 years old, and she was mentally ill from that day until the rest of her life. I remember seeing my uncle all the time between the ages of 1 and 5.5. When my mother became mentally ill, where were you? When my dad quit his job in his new career to stay home and take care of his family, because that's the type of person my dad was, my dad valued the people in his life that mattered to him. My dad valued his family over his career. When he decided to quit his job to stay home and take care of his son and ill wife, where were you, Uncle? When I decided I'm going to start my own business and I'm going to do that with the last $200 in my bank account, where were you? Again, when we talk about friends and we talk about family, I don't like to focus on the title. I don't focus on the bloodline. I don't focus on what other people call me. What I focus on is the actual relationship. What I focus on is where they put their time, where they put their efforts, their real relation to me, as opposed to what they think their relation is to me. And again, where were you? So, like, you were nowhere to be found. When my mother became ill, I don't remember seeing you. I don't remember you calling. I don't remember you coming over anymore. Yet somehow when you need a computer fixed or a website built or some shit set up or fixed, my number's the first one you call. And fuck off. And really, that's just the way I see it with friends and family. You know, when people use those words, that's what I find offensive. That's what I find to be the offensive F word, is when you have these lines and these droves of people that show up to ask for things and say that they're friends and say that they're family, and they pretend that we've had this long-standing relationship our entire lives, when we both know in reality that you wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire.